Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sealord Janda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as Great Britain. In the last episode, we attempted to invade Iceland and were finally repulsed after narrowly defeating the Russian fleet in a major battle. And the war now continues.
We'll try again. Heavy shells, AP penetration improvement. Blockade is ongoing. We will need to... Oh, they've got an airbase. Look at them. No, speaking of air bases. Okay, first. New attempt to invade Iceland. Which does hurt the budget a lot, but it's pretty much what I want from this war, to be honest. I mean, maybe we could also grab, like... well, we should probably grab Shanghai. I don't know when they got that exactly, but... we should probably grab it. Reinforce our Asian presence. But Iceland is sort of a dagger over our heart, really. So that's got to be the first target, right? We do not want a fleet engagement next turn, although, well, it would be fine if we got the Rodneys in, right? Like, yeah, it would be fine if we got the Rodneys in, I think. They're down now to 12 dreadnoughts and 5 battle cruisers. Which, 5 battle cruisers is what they had, but 12 dreadnoughts, which definitely eats away at their margin of superiority, especially as the Gangut and Kreml were not their most modern type, but not their least modern type either, kind of middling. They have the 3 Sysoy Velikis and the Petropavlovsk as their most modern, but they also have the older these things, which I wish we'd come up against these things. The Jofus would have torn through those. Anyway, I was invading Iceland, and then, yes, I need to air bases. Yeah, you only have 20 float plane scouts currently. You should get, hold on. What do we actually have? We have a fighter. We have a float plane scout. We have a naval patrol aircraft, although... oh no, its range is much better. So yeah, we should replace those with naval patrol aircraft. We no longer have any real use for float plane scouts. And then we should get some of these torpedo bombers in there, and fighters. So let's see here. Air group is going to be... change role. You will be naval patrol aircraft. And let me just... nope. Let me just change the number while I'm at it to, let's say, 10. And then let's add 15 fighters and 15 torpedo bombers. Great. And let's copy and paste that onto Harwich. Probably quite unlikely either of those will... okay, well, I meant to keep the old group, but whatever. Quite unlikely either of those will make any actual difference in this war. I was thinking more about, like, Germany or France when I built those, but, you know, maybe. It's pretty unlikely that air power will have any significant impact on this war at all, although technically it helped spot the Russians up here, but in practice it was like 5 minutes of extra warning or something. Convoy defense. Alright, let's see what we get. They're going to give me 2 light cruisers, I assume the 2 which are repaired, and 4 destroyers. Expected enemy forces in battle, a CVL 4CL 60D. That seems a little uncool, but let's fight it anyway. Russia really going after our shipping so far. Okay, so we have HMS Psyche and Calliope. I mean, they have up to 7 light cruisers, so... but the last engagement of this sort went well for us, so we'll just see what they actually have with them. So far I see 2 light cruisers, which is not a problem. 1 Diana, 1 Veliki Kinyas Konstantin with only 5-inch guns, and the Dianas are just outgunned by us, so... if they don't have more than that, it's no worries. Last time they had a whole separate formation that showed up at some point, but I can really only worry about that when it shows up. Honestly, my priority is to sink their cruisers more than it is to actually defend the convoy. I suppose in real life it would have to be the opposite, but in-game it's a lot more fun to chase after their cruisers than it is to just stick by the convoy. Oh, got one destroyer. That is fantastic, actually, because those are probably the only thing that can turn this against me. Now, let's just make sure we don't get torpedoed as we run over it. See, I feel like either of these could have easily launched torpedoes at us. Let's turn. Ooh, let's turn back. A little bit of the dodge and weave. Well, hopefully that'll screw that destroyer up pretty hard. Weave back. Did the lights just flicker or did I just blink weird? It's really windy out, so if I lose power, that would be bad. Okay, well, we took care of 2 destroyers. And now I guess we're going to chase these 2 cruisers into the abyss. Oh, that's definitely bad. Hold on, No, let me just save just to be sure, because the lights are doing something weird, which is bad sign. Oh, oh. Sorry, I was checking the weather. She's turned around. I don't know why. The other cruiser didn't come with her either, so we're just gonna hopefully pulverize this ship now. I mean, yeah, it's pretty one-sided pretty fast. I don't think she's gonna survive this. Russia does not have enough cruisers to spare to be, I mean... Their best chance is in a fleet action. Cruiser warfare, if we have even a... Technically even a 2-to-1 rate of exchange would favor us in the long run, although... The Sibyls are such a big part of our fleet that I can't really afford that, but, they don't have enough light cruisers or any other cruisers around to just be spending them casually. Well, that's one dead cruiser. That's not coming back. I don't know where the other one went. Doesn't matter. Let's head back to the convoy. Let's see here. Just wind, but dang, it's windy. Alright. Convoy's probably still not right there, huh? But, well, maybe we find it, maybe we don't. Doesn't matter. Nope. That's an update. Okay, yeah, no, that was their whole force. That 2 cruisers, 2 destroyers, and I don't think we had 10 destroyers with us, did we? We had like 3 or 4 in actual close company. Maybe the others were escorting the convoy. But anyway, I mean, we took them apart pretty nicely. Apparently, let's see, their other cruiser Vladimir escaped without damage. HMS Psyche didn't take any damage. Calliope was hit 4 times by 6-inch and 4-inch from Pomyat Mercuria and otherwise undamaged, and she was our only ship that took any damage. And in return, the destroyer Ispolnitelny hit 14 times, sunk. The destroyer Zabayaka hit 7 times by medium, plus another 7, sunk. And the light cruiser Pomyat Mercuria hit 55 times by 6-inch from Calliope and Psyche, and sunk. I don't know why she turned back exactly. To be honest, she cannot keep up, has been detached. Well, yeah, I noticed that, but why not? I mean, maybe just her bad crew and being steam powered. Maybe she just lost a couple of knots or something. Engine troubles. That's not noted in the log, though, but maybe. In any case, once she engaged us, she was pretty much just dead. Completely one-sided, really. There we go. No, that's Battle of Missing Head again. That's what we called the last one, too, but whatever. Ah, conversions to full-size carriers. And better 5-inch guns, which is fantastic, because I usually use those. The enemy dominate the seas around Djibouti in Southwest Africa. Why? Ow. Because they have a battleship, battlecruiser, battleship, and 8 destroyers off of Southern Africa. And 2 more. Why do the Russians have 4 capital ships in the Indian Ocean? You know what? It's their Northeast Asia squadron that's coming back, I think. Which leaves them awfully vulnerable in Northeast Asia, as my new Northeast Asia squadron gets there, to be fair. Like, we could invade Shanghai and Sakhalin very easily and blockade Vladivostok. But I guess they're calling ships back to try and get some superiority in Northern Europe, where they are definitely outnumbered right now. They only have a small squadron, really. Which I feel like you've got to be in or out. I mean, 3 battleships and a battlecruiser is just asking to get ganged up on 2 for 1, surely. Well, I'll do, let's see here. We've almost commissioned the Creasy class armored cruisers, too. That's nice. We're gonna have to lay down another New Zealand to replace the lost... What's the class? Indomitable? Yeah. But that's alright. I'll do 1 more turn from now. Another convoy defense, but this one in the North Sea. Okay. The Russians will accept it again. And it's pretty much the same scenario again. Apparently Calliope, Psyche, and Calypso are going to be the heroes of this war as they very slowly batter the Russian cruiser force into non-existence. I mean, they're down to 6 now. And what? What happened to their armored cruiser? Did they scrap it? The AI sometimes displays the weirdest logic. I think they have a hard trigger, like when their ships get to 20 years old or something, whenever they're marked officially as obsolete, they just automatically scrap them, like, almost completely regardless of circumstances. Which kind of makes sense as a way to program an AI, but, like, they should probably just not do that when they're at war. Like, period. It's a little crazy. Okay, so they no longer have their 1 armored cruiser, and they're down to 6 light cruisers, of which 3 are the Diana class, and those are the best, because the other 3 only have 5-inch guns. And the new one they're building also only has 5-inch guns. Honestly, just our 3 cruisers that we have here actually in theater, 3 fleet cruisers against their 6 that they have in their fleet, we would probably win. But, I don't know, it's not assured if they really stood and slugged it out with us to the last. I mean, even 5-inch guns hurt at close range. They're not that much smaller than 6-inch, really. I just kind of mock them as not a proper cruiser caliber. But if we're going to go evens here, like 3 ships against 3 or 3 against 2, we're going to win easily. And that is pretty much exactly the same formation that we engaged in the last battle, except presumably a different Diana-class cruiser. So... Except we have our extra cruiser now. So hopefully we just run them down, and if we could get the same result of taking another one out, that would be fantastic. I don't know if they're just gonna... I mean, I assume they're just gonna run away. We got a good hit on the Diana there. I think she was on fire for a second. Maybe that was just a hit thing. Oh, now they're kind of engaging us. At least they lost all the ground that they needed. I mean, if we get much any chance to really engage them, we'll just sink both of them. Those torpedoes are in line to hit them too. Now they're going to turn away in time, but only barely, and they're taking a beating already. They lose any kind of speed, which they might already have, they're screwed. Because we have a lot more gunpowder than those. We do have to be careful about the two destroyers until we can sink them, but... That's probably that one dealt with. That looks like 7 for 7 on that salvo at the Nastupatelny there. Plus another 3 just for good riddance. Oh, man, she is... They're firing. Their torpedoes are incoming. I don't think my maneuver did anything there. I'm pretty sure we just got lucky enough to have dodged them. Okay, the Love Key is also finished off, and I don't know what Dune is doing, but Love Key should be dead anyway, so... Oh, Darude, what happened to you? You know, 1 4-inch to the engine room. I think she just lost too much speed. Well, so that basically just leaves the cruisers. They can't play the destroyer card again to get them out of trouble. And I don't think that they're making their top speed, so we might have a complete victory here with just wiping the Russian force out. Which would be fantastic. That would really hamper their commerce raiding efforts. I mean, they lose 2 more cruisers, they can only do this maybe twice more before they're out of cruisers. And then what are they gonna do? They attempted to torpedo Beaver? It's just weird. I don't think they're wise to... I mean, I guess they don't have much choice. I think they've lost too much speed, but they're just... I feel like they tried to get in close, and that seems like a terrible idea, except I guess as a desperate effort to torpedo us, maybe? But... they're just getting pulverized. It's so one-sided now. Well, bye-bye her. I think she just suffered a magazine detonation because of that torpedo. Yep. Oof. That's ugly, but, that just leaves this thing, which... See, the nice thing is these small ones, the Dianas were as fast as. The small ones, we don't have any ships in service that are as fast enough to catch, so... It's good that she stuck with the Diana long enough to let herself get crippled, because now we can finish her off. Just going in circles. Oh, darkness. A little too late to save her, I think. Little too late. I should be surprised if she didn't sink anyway at this point. The destroyers are actually shockingly bad at hitting ships that are going in circles. Even though they're a completely predictable course at that point. Although I guess the maths must be complicated, but... Alright, no losses on our side, just some minor damage. 2 light cruisers, 2 destroyers, sunk. That is gonna hurt their commerce rating force. Psyche was hit 3 times. Calliope was hit 6 times, so that's a slightly better fight than the last group put up, but Blestioschi, 11 hits by mainly 6-inch from Calliope and Psyche, and Calypso sunk. Oh, where'd Calypso? Calypso took no hits, incidentally. Tochny, 14 hits. Destroyers as well as secondaries sunk. The Veliki Kinyos Konstantin class light cruiser Vladimir, 66-inch hits. And very much sunk. Actually, I forget if 5-inch counts as light or not. There were 1 or 2 5-inch hits. I think it is light. Maybe I'm wrong. And Aurora, 41 hits, plus the torpedo. I don't know if she was sinking already. Maybe not officially. I think she was pretty dead, but she was maybe not officially sinking until... Oh, it wasn't the torpedo hit. I thought it was, but it just happened the same tick. It was actually just a 6-inch to the magazine from HMS Calypso that blew her up. Well, so that's the end for Vladimir and Aurora, and that's 1/3 of Russia's remaining cruiser force now. And Bacante and Sutlej are commissioned. The Ramilius class is worked up. The enemy dominate the seas around Sierra Leone and Nigeria. Well, we are ruined. Oh, and the budget is fixed. Wow, that's impressive. I mean, not fixed enough for me to really resume construction on these ships that I'd like to resume construction on, but, well, we can resume temporary... Oh, it's fixed because the 2 Creases just commissioned, of course, yeah. Well, these will do nicely to increase our cruiser advantage. It'd be nice if any of them actually got into the battle. I mean, we have 4 Andromedas already in Europe, but they haven't appeared in any battle yet. Maybe now that we have these as well, some of them will start to. Well, you guys will be assigned to... 2nd Armored Cruiser Division is actually occupied already. Interesting. I'll just leave you on your own for then. You're going to be the 2nd Division as soon as the war ends and I start decommissioning more of these. Alright, so... I'm going to go ahead and end it there for today. It's a little past midnight. The war with Russia seems to be going quite well so far. We haven't exactly dealt a knockout blow. We've traded 2 battleships of theirs for a battle cruiser of ours, and we've and a pre-dreadnought of theirs. And we've definitely made a mark on their cruiser force. Our new cruiser force, except for the Creases, which are just finishing, are mostly a year or more from finishing, but if the war drags on, we could see the New Zealands and the Conquests get into action still. We'll see. In the meantime, it's probably all going to come down to my 2nd attempt to invade Iceland, which might not be till spring because of bad weather, but we will see. In any case, in the meantime, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all have a nice day. This is Sea Lord Jenda, signing off.